Hello and welcome to the Old Man Orange podcast. I'm Spencer Scott Holmes.
RJ.
Cameron.
And RJ, probably get scooted a little bit closer. Back again for another round of podcasting.
Can I get one of those coasters?
Oh yeah, you should have a coaster. That side doesn't matter near as much. This table right here is just like 100 years old. That's the reason why.
It's like badass coasters, dude.
I've probably said this on podcasts multiple times because it happens all the time. But I got them for 97 cents at FYE. They're on sale.
Really?
Sonic the Hedgehog ones. I was like, dude, I gotta have those.
I pick up stuff at FYE all the time.
Plus, there's a point where I was sitting here, I'm like, I was just using paper as coaster, so I'm like, I'm using a coaster. I have a reason to have it. Because there's some stuff you buy and you're like, it's cool, I don't know what I'm going to do with it, though.
Yeah.
I'm going to set it up. Like, I have like this Batman lunchbox over there. I was like, I don't want to ding it up, so I put it up on display. Along with some other things. Pretty much just like all my stuff up there. I just kind of go like, well, it's cool. I don't know where else to do with it. I was just stacking it up there. There's like a skateboard up there that's like, it was like, oh, it's too nice to like skate on, so I'll just
like
stack it.
your little Mario bobblehead there. That thing's cool.
I think I got that at I think GameStop a long time ago. When they used to sell like action figures more
Really
prominently.
right on.
So Cameron, what games have you been playing recently?
As of recent, what have I been playing? I mean, shoot, I started up a new Skyrim character the other day.
I've never played Skyrim, and I've never played any of the other ones.
What?
People tell me that all the time.
Dude, I can't get into them, dude.
There was a guy at the flea market who talked to me for 30 minutes, and he kept doing this thing. He's like, well, you know what Skyrim, you know how the level up system works, right? I'm like, I've never played it. But he's like, well, you know what it looks like, though. I'm like, no, I don't. I bought Skyward Sword. It's like, what do you expect?
Well, you got a 360, man. You gotta pick it up.
I know. Well, RJ's brother was the first one, I remember, because he got like the third one for Xbox One, I think. Is that what it was? Like, this was a long time ago.
Yeah,
but
Morrowind.
Yeah, that was the first time I ever saw about it. Yeah, because your brother had it, and I remember watching him playing it a bit.
I know. Well, he was really into it, dude, but I couldn't get into Morrowind, dude. That was the first one I tried. It was like, obviously it was an older game, so it was like...
It's a rough start, man.
It's not the smoothest, it's not the best looking, of course, especially compared to like Skyrim. But I mean, it's uncomparable. Really.
I nowadays I can kind of go back to a lot of PlayStation 2 and GameCube games and Xbox, and not really have that much of a problem. Like,
oh no, dude.
I can jump back in there and kind of go, I'm playing a first-person shooter, and there's no running in it. I'm like, well, that's totally fine. That's how that game was designed. It doesn't make a difference. Yeah. And the cool thing too is, sort of when you go back and then you realize the game was in like HD and you're like, oh, this is fucking awesome, because at that time I never had that. I only had like a regular old school TV, and then you realize it's like, oh, it's widescreen enhanced too. It's like small things like that.
Yeah, I know. That was I started playing. I went out and bought I think I talked to you about this before, not on the podcast, but the Kingdom Hearts HD Remix 1.5.
You know what, they're coming out. I saw the second one's coming out.
Yeah.
I saw I got all the ads from Square, even though it's like. Mm-hmm. I don't know when the last time I bought a brand new Squaresoft game, but I'm not called Squaresoft, but
that game, playing on PlayStation again, it's the same controller, as like it was on the PS2, but just like going back to that mentality of like early 2000s, like, okay, I have to think PS2 now, because I'm so used to newer games with newer control schemes and all that stuff. It's rough to go back.
Some things are rough, but like other ones, like I don't know. I noticed I transitioned really well going back to most games. Yeah. Because I was kind of like on a 007 binge. Mm-hmm. So I went back and I played Agent Under Fire and Nightfire and Everything or Nothing. And I went back and was like, well, one, it was great because most of them were all in HD. They're all widescreen enhanced. And I play them and it's like I don't expect to run like as fast as say like a Bulletstorm. Yeah. Or something like that. They just kind of work for what they are. And it's like, they're still just as good. And I think also because it kind of brings back memories. Maybe if I never played Nightfire, and one day you just pop it in, you'd be like, it's okay.
Well, dude, see, like, I played, like, Nightfire, and then I played, like, Agent Under Fire. After playing Nightfire, I played Agent Under Fire for the first time. And I still, like, loved Agent Under Fire, even though they fixed a bunch of, like, things in Agent Under Fire that weren't that great.
Yeah.
Like, gun accuracy, for Christ's sake.
Nightfire is just so good. I want to get some more GameCube controllers. I don't know what happened. Like, I only have one GameCube controller that works totally fine.
Wow.
And this goes back like 7 years ago. There was this one time that me and Cisco, who was on the podcast, you guys know him, but we went out of town, and I think we went down to like sort of like Los Angeles area. We even went by like Thomas Ritter's place. It was like, well, he lives in this section, like where we're going, because we're going to like a concert, I want to say. And we're like, and we had this other friend in San Francisco named Connor. And we're like, well, dude, you can just stay at our place. We'll be gone for like 3 days or whatnot. In those 3 days, I don't know what happened. When we got back, like there was like 3 game controllers that were kind of like broken or not working properly.
Yep.
I was like, the fuck? And I remember like it was like one of Cisco's didn't work and 2 of mine, and I'm stuck with those 2. And
God.
it sucks because I'm like, yeah, there's so many great multiplayer games for GameCube. And I'm like, now I can't play, or even on the Wii, you know?
Yeah. Dude, you know one thing like I just started playing State of Decay, and one thing that like bothers me about going back to games is kind of like how State of Decay is somewhat glitchy in a sense, you know? A lot of older games now going back from newer to older, dude, they're a lot like that. That's the only thing that gets me, dude. It's not how the game looks necessarily, dude, it's just the smoothness, dude, of like newer games compared to older games, but I mean, don't get me wrong, I still love playing older games. I still go back and play the Resident Evils all the time.
Oh,
So.
yeah, Resident Evil's like they only get better. Like the farther you go back, the better they get.
Here comes the Resident Evil part.
I was reading that review, dude. That I was reading that you left that thing on my Facebook wall about how they made like some like Resident Evil 2 stuff. Like they made it look like Resident Evil 4.
They modded Resident
Oh, I
Evil
saw
4
I saw that online.
and
Yeah,
remade
dude.
Resident Evil 2.
It came up and I wanted to click on it, and then I clicked on something else, and then it went away, and I couldn't find that article. But I saw the little brief part of it.
Great, and I was reading the article, and it was saying something like, "Oh yeah, you know, Resident Evil 4 was like the pinnacle of Resident Evils, going from the clunky camera angles and the controls." I'm just like, what?
I love the camera
man?
angles.
That was the best part.
I think they should bring back the camera angles. I really think that was like a grand thing.
Like I said, dude, one of the scariest things is hearing a hunter or a Cerberus dog or a zombie shamble or click their way towards you, but you can't see them.
No.
You know they're on the other side of that camera angle,
And you gotta breach
the minute
that
you
camera
step
angle.
forward, you're either gonna get attacked or bit or something. And so you sit back and you just wait and you wait, and sometimes they don't come. Sometimes you have to step forward.
Yeah.
But dude, plus like, dude, could you imagine like Crimson Heads wouldn't have been as scary if they wouldn't have had the camera angles, dude.
No.
There would be no jumping out from dark corners and shit like that.
Plus, the thing about the camera angles is it made the graphics way better because they'd be pre-rendered.
Yeah.
Like that was like that to me was a big deal. Like when you played Resident Evil 2, those graphics were so fucking good at the time. It was, you know what I mean? It was practically like, okay, Leon he might be polygons, but everything else looks like it's practically realistic.
Mm-hmm.
That's what I liked about it.
Dude, like I said, I still think the remake of Resident Evil 1 is one of the best looking games I've ever seen. Seriously.
I think it's one of the best looking games. I think it's one of the scariest games.
Dude, it's definitely one of the scariest games I've ever played.
Yeah, I think the only thing it gets there's another game I think gets pretty close to being as scary as that one. I think it's Doom 3.
You haven't played Outlast yet, have you?
No, it's just one of these. That's one of the many PC games.
Yeah, it's a new.
See, all the like, cause nowadays I know it's like I'll be flipping through a magazine and everything's PC. You know what I mean? There's, you know, out of 10 games, 3 of them are console ones and 7 of them are PCs.
Yeah.
So now it's kind of like we're almost going back to the PC because for the longest time the PC was kind of like it was kind of like they always had the better version no matter what, but it was sort of like it wasn't a big deal.
Yeah.
And now I notice there's a lot of games that's what they come out for.
Absolutely. Well, put it this way: Outlast made RJ jump.
Outlast is scary, dude. That is a scary ass game. Dude, there's something
terrifying.
unsettling about not being able to defend yourself, dude.
Yep.
Like,
You want to explain it?
no attacking.
I think I read about this one because many of these games, like I read about a lot of video games that I'd never played.
Yeah. It's pretty much like you just start off as some kind of reporter type thing. You're sent to this like asylum that's abandoned or whatever.
Oh yeah.
All you have is a camera that has night vision mode, and you have depleting batteries that constantly are
Those
depleting.
batteries go fast, dude. I'll tell you that right now.
And you go into this.
He must have got a
you go
real
into
good
this
deal on those
asylum.
because he didn't pay top dollar.
You go into this asylum, and at first it's just kind of like just gimmicky, kind of, you know, things like jump out at you, but it's really nothing, you know, like a door will swing open real quick, and you're like, you know, like, oh god. But eventually you start getting into it, and there's just crazy people all over the place. It's an insane asylum, right? And they're chasing you down hallways and stuff, and probably one of the scariest things in that game is that as you're sprinting, it gives you the option to pull left or right trigger or whatever, and you can look behind you, and you can see that person feet behind you, man, just chasing you down. And it's so disorienting, and you're constantly having to hide, you know, because like I said, you have no weapons, you have no way to defend yourself, really. What does it say at the beginning of the game? It's like you can either run, hide, or die, pretty much, is like the tutorial, basically.
Dude, and like, the deaths are cool. Even the way you die is cool. Like, we were getting chased by this, like, doctor dude for days. He's been the one that's like experimenting on all these people in this asylum or whatever, I guess. I don't know. We haven't reached the end yet, but soon enough. But dude, like sometimes you'll die, dude. Dude, your guy looks down and there's like something sticking through you and you're just dripping blood. And you're like, oh shit.
Is it first person?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Dude, it is scary as shit, dude. Especially when like, you know, you're going down a dark hallway. You know there's some people or something down there and all of a sudden, boom, batteries are gone. You're just like, gotta go find some batteries. Dude, I find myself
when the batteries are out, what? Do you just have very limited vision or something?
Well, okay, there's two different views. You either have like just your normal view or you have like through the camera lens view. So when you have your camera lens up, you can look at it just say without night vision and it doesn't drain your battery whatsoever. But as soon as that night vision clicks on, you know, your batteries start draining.
Oh, okay, so the night
you have to find batteries in the level to, you know, and I think the most amount that we've ever had at any given time, that you can have up to 10 batteries at any time. The most amount we've ever had like stocked up was like 4. And like he's saying, you know, it's like you'll be sitting in a completely pitch black room and you're looking through a camera lens with the night vision on and you're hiding underneath a bed and some guy just comes creeping by and then like he'll start walking back. And I've watched this guy a couple of times where he'll be underneath the bed, hit the wrong button, jump out of the bed. The guy doesn't see him and he goes, oh shit, and he hides back in. The camera view turns to the right to where you can't see the guy anymore, and then he pans left, and the guy's right there in your face, just grabbing you, yanking you out. It's so scary.
Dude, you gotta play it at some point.
Yeah.
If you once you get like one of the next gen systems, they're actually releasing an Outlast. I don't know if it's a completely different game.
Outlast
is it like a
Whistleblower.
prequel?
It's I can't say it's a prequel. I didn't read much up about it, but
I haven't seen much about it either. But it's called Whistleblower, and like this other Outlast is just called Outlast. So we don't know if it's. I don't know if like they like released it for the console, the same game for the consoles, but gave it a title, or if it's like a different.
Sometimes
game.
they do that and they confuse everybody.
Like you know, yeah, because it's generally a PC game. It was before the next gen consoles came out. So.
Yeah, but I mean, I got my rig. I should bring my rig up here one of these times so we can play some of the newer games that are coming out on PC.
Nice, yeah, because my rig, it does editing for video, but it doesn't really do gaming as much.
Yeah. But, you know, PCs are PCs, man. They just cost
PCs pretty much, it's like the expensive version of a 360 or an Xbox One now. When you really get down to it, that's really what it is.
I mean, in the long run, I guess a PC might be better. I guess it depends how you look at it.
There's always that like kind of debate, but I do always think the PC gaming is the expensive one.
Yeah,
the poor man's gaming is definitely console. But
I'm part of the master race, dude. I'll always stand by PC, but I mean, consoles are good on their own. You know, they're cheap, they're more accessible. You know, there's a lot more games, I guess, on them. It depends on how you look at it, really. But
well, I think it's one of the ones, if you just go straight PC gaming, don't even worry about the consoles, then that price thing's not that big of a deal. If you want to do both, I think that's where it kind of screws you over.
Dude, the thing that gets me about consoles is the audience, man. It's like the,
you talking about PC?
You know, bigger, huh?
You talking about PC or consoles?
No, for console, dude. It's just like, you know, all my friends have consoles.
Oh, yeah.
You know, it's like, you know, a lot of my friends have PCs too, you know, for instance. But, like, it's just like, consoles are just easier, I guess.
For me, I've always been, it's like, the one thing is I always felt console game was more comfortable. Like, I like to be able to sit in front of my TV, and I know that it's kind of changed now where you can really hook your PC up so much
that's what Cameron does, dude.
That you could sit in front of your TV and play it.
I go to his house, dude, and he's got like PC hooked up, and he just switches it, dude, between 360 or PS3 or his PC, pretty much.
But for the longest time, I think it's just like there's that old mentality of computers, like, oh, okay, I have to go sit in a chair and in the computer in the corner.
Like, you know, if like you were around when computers first came out, you know.
It's
and I think I still have that's how I feel. You know, where video games like kick back, you know, I can lay on the floor, you know.
Well, that's the thing that gets me because like I have a 360, I have a PS3, and I have a PC. PC is granted like. It is better for graphics reasons and processing reasons, you know, all that stuff. But the amount of setup that it takes because you have to buy the game, you have to install the game, you have to download updates, you got to do all this crap. Console is just so easy because you buy the console, you put a disc in there you go. Like
if there's an update, the thing does it itself. You don't have to even go online.
PC, sometimes you have to download programs and shit like that. So it's like to run
drivers, dude, video drivers are the worst. But. Yeah, I mean, I don't know. I love my PC, but I'll stand by consoles too. I mean, you know, they've had their run of just amazing games that you can't get on PC, you know, unless you're emulating. Really.
Yeah, eventually you get them all on PC in the long run, but till then.
Yeah, that was actually the other game. I went back. started doing my Nintendo 64 emulations and started playing Conker's Bad Fur Day again.
Oh yeah.
I forgot how amazing that game is, dude.
That game's also pretty hard.
It is.
I remember that game just being like frustratingly hard sometimes. It's just like, dude,
Yeah.
fuck.
Yep.
And I think that was one of the, because that's one of the games too where you can't skip any of the videos or anything like that, so you gotta like sit there and wait for it all to go back in and try.
Yep. Yep.
You know, they had the remake for Xbox.
Yeah, I really like that reboot.
I
That
never
reboot
played
was
it, but I remember that came
amazing.
out.
And they had the best part about it was the multiplayer on it. They had the Xbox Live multiplayer where it was like, I think it was teddy bears versus something or other, and all I really remember is just like attack and defend type style gameplay, to where like you have like one team that's on the beach that's like bunkering up and just like trying to destroy like all the enemies coming up on boats and stuff, you know, and it's just
Well, they're also like movie based.
yeah. It reminds me a lot of the same Private Ryan.
Yeah.
You know, like
Because there's a lot of other movie stuff in there that I can't recall now, but
yeah.
I didn't play the game all that much. I did play it.
yeah, that's how I felt too. I didn't play it a ton.
I did like it. Like
Uh-huh.
it was a cool game. I just didn't.
So you never beat it?
No.
Oh, dude, the end of Conker's Bad Fur Day is so good. Like, I can't believe that Rare moved over to Microsoft now and that they haven't re-implemented that, like, at Conker's Bad Fur Day 2 or whatever they're going to
Well, it's
call
kind
it.
of weird because like Microsoft spent all this money on Rare, and Rare really has done nothing but release a couple sweet like HD kind of.
What was it? It was Cameo on the original Xbox 360 release was Cameo.
No, there's the grab by the ghoulies.
Yeah.
Xbox. I remember that was the one where
Oh
every
my
Nintendo
God,
fan just fucking busted up laughing
Yeah.
like, that's what you paid for?
Dude, that game, dude.
Yeah. What was the other one? They remade Perfect Dark, right?
Well, they made Perfect Dark Zero, which is a prequel, which was like, wasn't bad, wasn't amazing. Definitely wasn't Perfect Dark,
Right,
you know.
right.
Wasn't GoldenEye.
I haven't
They
seen
made
it.
the sweetest, though, like, kind of like, I guess you could say, HD remake, sort of Perfect Dark. That you could download on the Xbox for like $10. And it made the game, it was the same N64 game, but it was crystal clear.
Really?
I mean, you could see all the way down, because you know in N64 you had to have
Yeah, your
like,
draw distance is
you had,
pretty
you
bad.
had the fogging, you know. So in this one you can see as far as possible. It looks fantastic. And then, you know, it's got all the multiplayer. You can play online and all that
Nice,
stuff.
nice.
It's amazing.
See, I never did that, man.
I downloaded that the day when it came
Really?
out. You know, it's like one of those ones. I was like, oh my god, Perfect Dark. If they could just do that with GoldenEye somehow, some way, like
Yeah.
the exact same way they did that, it'd be the most amazing thing
Yeah,
ever.
yeah. Did you ever get into any of the Xbox Live Arcade games?
You know, since internet's always been sparse with me.
Yeah.
You know, and the worst part too is the second you get internet though, it's almost like you gotta make up for lost time like in a month or two.
Yeah.
So like you first thing you do, you're flipping through there for like 50 minutes just looking and going like, oh look at this, look at that, like I could buy this, could buy that, and you're like, wait a second, I only got so much money.
Yeah.
That, and then secondly you gotta play all these games online too, but I have a handful. But
yeah. Did you play...
a lot of times I just buy games that like I sort of already own, like Castlevania Symphony of the Night.
I know. See, yeah.
You know what was a great one though was the Contra, or the hardcore one. It was a Contra one.
Yep.
That thing was amazing.
Yeah, I played that. Did you play games such as like Castle Crashers? Did you ever play Castle Crashers?
No, I never.
That is a great 4-person player game. It's amazing. Actually,
Is that the one that is it kind of like a 4-player beat 'em up game?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. I introduced RJ a couple weekends ago to a indie game made by this guy, and the name of the game is called "I Made a Game with Zombies in It."
Oh, I remember I played that one.
It is so
Such a good one.
hilarious.
Seriously, it's just like Smash TV. It's like
Yeah.
asteroids.
I rember downloading that because he was like either free or
It's
like
fucking
$1 or
awesome,
something
dude.
like that.
I
Yeah, it was
love
so
That
low.
game
I
is
was like,
sweet, dude.
Once
It's hard.
once you get
But I
into
don't-
the 15-minute mark, man,
Did we
it's
beat
like-
it?
We did. I think we did. I think
Okay,
we got to
it
the
just
end
like
of the song.
we were like playing, and then it just restarted again.
Yep.
I'm just like, huh.
But after about the 15-minute mark, there's so much lighting and so many enemies on screen, and shit's
Yeah,
just...
dude, we're lucky we're not.
I felt like I was having a seizure.
I know.
like, dude, have you ever beat Smash TV before?
Uh-uh.
It's kind of like it starts out really fun. You're having this great time. Have you ever played Smash TV?
No.
Oh my god, you're
Oh,
fucking
dude.
missing out. I gotta let
Oh,
you
dude.
borrow it or something.
Okay.
But the game takes like, Archie, what do you think it takes? Like, it takes over an hour at least.
Yeah, dude. I mean,
It's actually
it depends what route you go.
It doesn't
If
sound
you
like
wanna
that
hit
much.
treasure rooms,
But
if you want to hit,
after you play the game for about 45 minutes, it's almost like mind melting. Where like it's just because there's just countless waves of enemies, and you're just constantly killing them. And it's like the original game to have that twin stick
dude, like,
over the top shooter kind of thing.
You run into a room, dude, and then like there's like 4 doors usually, and then like 2 doors will open and a bunch of enemies come swarming out. You
Really?
just run around, you just blast them.
There's like copious amounts of violence in it.
What's
It's like
the
87
power-ups and stuff like
What's
that.
the style? I mean, like your camera view. I mean,
It's a
just
top-down
like
view.
Exactly
overhead.
like I made a game of zombies.
Yeah, top-down
Okay, so
view.
Imagine that,
Shoot.
except
Twin
for like
sticks.
you're in a game show. And you
It's
run
like the
room
Running
to
Man. You
room.
ever seen the Running Man of
Yeah.
Schwarzenegger?
Yeah.
It's like a video game of that pretty much.
Okay.
But you go into each one of these rooms and stuff, and you just kill countless waves of enemies, and then you get all these like
Jeez.
bonus prizes and stuff, and there's like an announcer and everything
Then
too.
you fight bosses and shit like that.
Really? Okay.
And then there's another
That
one
sounds
called
sweet.
what's the second one called? Total Brutal or
Total Carnage?
yeah, Total Carnage is the sequel.
I've heard of that.
Not nearly as good, but still pretty sweet.
Right.
Yeah, it was just
It's got it's just more violence, more.
yeah.
But the Smash TV.
I don't know if I
is
felt
just-
like they tried to do too much with Total Carnage.
I do feel like it was like almost like they added even more stuff, which sounds like it should be better, but Smash TV is like this
Yes.
golden gem of a
Really?
game.
Sometimes less is more, dude.
It is amazing, but it is one of those ones like after about 45 minutes to an hour. Sometimes like a lot of those old arcade games, you're literally just kind of beating it to beat it. Like, have you ever beat Rampage before?
Meat Rampage?
You know Rampage?
Oh,
The one where it's like Godzilla.
Yep.
Have you ever beat that game though?
No.
I beat it 3 times or so, and it's another one of those games. You start off with a couple buddies, you're like, yeah, we're gonna beat it, and it's like I like the N64 one, or the pretty much the 3D version, I guess you could say. And you're at 30 levels into, you're like, yeah, we're gonna fucking do it, we're gonna fucking do it. Then you're in about 75 levels, you're kind of like, yeah, let's keep going. It's 2 in the morning now, and then you're at about like 125 levels. You're like, we're gonna fucking beat it. Like I want to go to bed. No, you're fucking beating it right now. I gotta go to work the next day. Well, yeah, whose fault was that?
Yeah. You committed, bro.
You committed. It's almost like by the time it's done, it's almost like a miserable experience.
Yeah.
Something that starts off so fun, but
Yep. That's why I feel about
They're
a
both
lot
Midway
of games
games,
recently,
too.
man. A lot of games, man, like the Mass Effect series, for example. I love Mass Effect, but once you pop that disc in that tray, you're committed for like. And if you stop playing at any given point, you start playing that game, and say you get 5 hours in. Okay, I'm gonna stop. I'm gonna take a break. I'm gonna skip a day, whatever. If you skip like more than like 3 days and you forget any choice that you made, you're done. You're lost. You have no idea what you're doing.
Yeah.
You know?
now you played
like-
Mass Effect from the very beginning.
Oh yeah.
Because the first
Multiple
one,
times.
I love that one. And a friend of ours, Nate Bumgarner, you know Nate Bumgarner?
Oh, yeah, I know
Okay.
Nate.
He was like, I was telling him about RPG, and I was like, dude, he's like, I got an RPG here for you. You know what I mean? If you want a good one, try Mass Effect. I remember him kind of looking at it and going, space. That doesn't look like necessarily my type of game. And I was like, oh, whatever, I'll borrow it. That first one was so amazing. I played it over 3 times, like when I had it from him. Like, I liked it so much, and then I went out and got the second one, and then the third one and whatnot, and they were good, but they did nothing like the first one. Like the thing I hate about the one thing is like the second and third one, you play them for the story. That's what you play them for, and they are fun, and they do fix some small problems that the first one had. But I hated how they took out the RPG element.
Yeah.
Absolutely. I mean,
Absolutely.
you level up in it, but it doesn't make a goddamn difference.
No, they
and you
turn
get
into
all the
third-person
abilities you
shooters.
need, like in the first hour.
They turned into third-person shooters, and it really was depressing, actually, because of how good that first one was.
And then you gotta fucking reload for some odd reason now. Like we went backwards in technology.
They took out the Mako. Out of all things in those games, is like being able to go to a planet, land on that planet, and rove around in a Mako.
Dude, I remember when I first played that game, though, that thing pissed me off so much. I was like, that thing drives like
hard.
shit.
It's hard.
Fucking drives like crap. And then I realized, don't shoot anything, just drive. If
Yeah,
you shoot, that's what gets you killed.
Yep.
I don't know,
That's
there's always a
how I
mentality
found-
in video games, kind of at first, you're like, I have to kill everything.
Mm-hmm.
I must not let it live.
Yep.
It's kind of like when you first start playing Resident Evil games.
Mm-hmm.
You go like, I gotta kill every zombie in here. I do not want these things coming back to get me.
Yep.
Then you get older, you realize you're like, half these zombies don't even have to die. Very few of them do. It's like Metal Gear Solid. I realize nowadays I don't kill anybody but the bosses or anything I have to kill.
Oh yeah.
Well, why not? These guys are just working a regular job like you or I.
I'm not gonna blast
Well, why
them.
are they gonna die for it?
Well, that's really. I mean, especially when you start playing. I'm glad that you mentioned Metal Gear here. when you start playing those games, you know, for the most part, I know that a good majority of their audience are playing on easy or normal mode, right? And they do, you know, they get a lot of kills, a lot of deaths. Like, my very first playthrough through Metal Gear Solid 3 took me 3 months to do because I played it on
3
hard.
months to do.
Because I played it on hard. I did no alerts, no saves, no kills.
There's no saves in there?
No.
What happens when you die?
You go back to the very beginning.
The very beginning of the game?
Mm-hmm.
Really? Well, I want to say I beat it on hard, and I just remember the enemies were just hard, but maybe yeah.
Well, then you unlock European Extreme mode.
Uh-huh.
Have you ever played European Extreme?
Yeah. I want to say I unlocked it. I'm not too
For
sure.
the first time, I think.
That is the hardest because like that's you can't no alerts, no saves, no nothing.
Dude,
Oh, so when you get alert, the game's over?
Yeah.
European
Yeah.
Extreme on MGS2 was insane, dude.
Yeah. Yeah.
I don't know. See, it's one of those ones like I don't know. I feel like in life, alerts happen.
Yeah.
Like to me, that's one of the reasons I didn't like the original 2 Splinter Cell games. Because I was like, I hate that
exactly.
style. I hate that style that like a guy sees you like, "Bah!" and it's like restart the game,
Yep.
Yeah, see,
Yep.
and it's just like
that.
fuck that
That's,
shit.
dude, that's exactly why I did not hop on the Splinter Cell train till Chaos Theory.
Yeah, and the third one fixed all, and the third one was
Dude,
great.
Chaos
I
Theory
love
was
Chaos Theory.
amazing, dude. That was such a great Splinter Cell game.
You know, there was one level in the entire thing where I think you couldn't kill people. Because that was the other thing that pissed me off too. He's like, oh, you use lethal force on him, restart the fucking mission. You're like, it's a video game. It's not real life. It's not like I'm going into like, you know, my school and whatnot and trying to get secret documents out.
Dude, and, you know, I mean, of course I've always been, you know, Solid Snake over Sam Fisher and Metal Gear Solid over Splinter Cell, dude, but...
Well, I feel that that's the way that that game was built, that Metal Gear was built, is to be super sneaky and stuff. Like, that's how I used to play it. Like, I would never kill anybody, you know, unless you said, like, you get to a boss, and then, of course, you gotta, like, you know, you gotta fight him, you gotta fire weapons and stuff, but... You know, outside of that, I just, like, I took my time with those games, you know. And
Oh, yeah, for sure. Like, I always tried to sneak, but I mean, dude,
Well,
just
yeah.
knowing the option was there that I could just go Rambo on all these fuckers
Oh, yeah.
and pop them all in the head if I wanted
No
to with
doubt.
my machine gun.
So much
Fucking
fun.
A.
So much fun.
Really, my no killing thing is only a recent thing. Like, I
Really?
guess maybe it's just like it's a different challenge. But it's just like, oh, I'm just gonna put everybody to
Now,
sleep.
like-
How many guys can I not kill instead of before how many guys could I
Yeah.
kill?
Yeah.
But it's more that kind of thing. Like in video games,
Well,
like
it's like, plus, you know, it's more reward. Like, usually games reward you more if you're stealthy.
Yeah.
yeah.
Well, when you finish any Metal Gear game and you get the rank of Big Boss at the end, that is like, this is like, you know, obviously way before achievements and everything, you know, but like just to get that is just so fucking rewarding. I love it. You know, like that was actually my my most recent achievement was being Metal Gear Solid 4 and getting the Big Boss rating at the
Nice.
end of it. Like that game is so hard, like it's to do that, you know. But yeah, Metal Gear, man, that is by far one of my favorite series of all time.
Oh, yeah. Dude, it's gotta be one of
Metal Gear
those
Solid
epic
2, for
series.
example. Did you guys ever try to collect all the dog tags?
no, I never
Negative.
did. See, I'm one of those people
That
like
seemed like it was way more.
that
way
sounds like a
more
lot of
trouble than
fucking
it was
work.
dude.
It is, man. It's a grind.
It's
I mean,
like-
dude, I collected a lot, but by no means was I trying to get them
Yep.
all.
Yeah.
Dude, plus, like, I don't know, dude. When Metal Gear Solid 2 first came out, like, I really liked it. But then again, you know, it was just not being able, like, not playing a Solid Snake through the whole game. Like, the minute I started playing as Jack, I was like,
Who is this guy?
I know, I was
What
like,
the fuck?
why am I not playing a Solid Snake? What
Look
the
at
hell
how
is
much
this
of it-
shit?
whoa, I paid $50. I paid
And then,
$50.
I was like, then I'm like, where's Solid Snake in this game even? And then, you
Yep.
know, I think
Yeah,
the
he
first
comes
time you
up.
see him as Jack is when you see Vamp, right?
Yeah.
And
Yep.
Vamp takes out all those
Yep.
Marines and Snake
Did you
shows
notice
up.
right there if you pick up the shaver at the very beginning of the game? Did you ever pick up that item?
yeah.
If you give Snake that shaver,
Oh, yeah.
he shaves his
I did that
face
the
and
second
like
time
he's
I
like
played
clean
through 'cause I
shaven.
read
throughout
about
the-
it, yeah.
Yeah.
I just
thought it
wanted to
was
see if
pretty
it
good.
actually worked.
Yeah.
Dude.
That was pretty good.
That's got to be one of my favorite scenes of that whole game is when Vamp takes out.
Oh,
those-
he's insane.
Yeah, that part's awesome.
Every single time that I played that, like for probably my first like 4 playthroughs, I had the blood turned off. So when Vamp grabs that
blood
guy
turned
and
off.
he like strips that guy's throat and he leans back and he's just like going like this and there's no blood spraying out. It's like what? No, what the hell is this?
I don't know, the concept of like no blood was always kind of a...
It's
Like, why the fuck is
stupid.
that option
It's
on there?
Stupid. It's a mature rated title. Why even put in the option? You know.
The only thing about Metal Gear Solid 2, and I said this earlier on a couple podcasts back or so, that one, it's, you know, when you get to the Raiden part, it's not, I have no problem with Raiden. It's just, I don't like the location, though. I just think that location's so boring. It's like
Yeah.
everything is brown
Yep.
and gray,
Yep.
and everything looks the fucking same. And it's just like, That to me, I think, is what makes that game my least favorite Metal Gear out of all of them.
Oh, yeah.
It plays totally fine. I love it, but
Well,
something about it's just the location just is boring looking.
The story of that game, and the only reason why I like it so much is because that story is brought back so much in Metal Gear Solid 4. So much is explained of what the hell happens in Metal Gear Solid 2. Because the first time I beat Metal Gear Solid 2, I'm sitting there at the end like, what? What the fuck did I just witness? But
That's okay. Metal Gear Solid 3 will totally explain it all.
it's like, dude.
Yeah. Yeah, right.
Yeah, Metal Gear Solid 3.
I mean, Metal Gear Solid 3 is great. Don't get me wrong. Like I was telling Spence the other day, dude. Honestly, I think my favorite is Twin Snakes, the remake.
That's my favorite one too. I love
remake
that
of the
one by
first one?
far. It's just
fucking
like Resident
good.
Evil. It's like
I mean,
the GameCube had 2 amazing remakes.
Yep.
Vamp is my favorite Metal Gear Solid character in all of them, dude.
Yep.
But Twin Snakes is by far, dude.
Yep.
Dude, that game.
Now,
dude.
did you hear? I read a tweet from Kojima not too long ago. He sold the rights to Metal Gear Solid, the first Metal Gear Solid, to run off his new Fox engine. So there's gonna be a remake with that's running Metal Gear Solid 5. Like the game is coming out next year. I am stoked.
So there's a
for that.
remake of 1, but with like the new
With
They
engine.
the
need to
new
release
engine.
like a package deal with 5, dude.
Yeah.
Like for real.
That's badass. Because a lot of times, for the longest time,
Like, is it gonna be all? It's gonna be all next gen up.
Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah.
Oh,
I'm
yeah,
sure it'll be
sweet.
PS4. And I'm sure it'll be Xbox One.
Some Gray Fox action going.
Mm-hmm.
Some Psycho
I wanna
Mantis
see some
shit
fucking
going
Asian-
down.
Dude, Psycho Mantis, like, that's the next tattoo I want so bad. Is just that concept art of Psycho Mantis floating in the air with his feet together, with both his arms sticking out, like basically just sitting there. I just want that up my left calf right here, man. That's just my favorite character out of all
You
the
can have it
games.
up go on the side. It's like, do you play Animal Crossing?
Plug-in player too. Oh, man.
I don't know, dude. That battle when I first encountered, I was like, "What do they want from me?
Yeah.
What the hell am I supposed to do?"
It was funny because I let my I walked through. My girlfriend wanted to play Metal Gear because she knows that it's like my favorite game. So I let her start playing the original Metal Gear on my PS3, but it was the PS1 version, right?
Mm-hmm.
So
That's a good one to start off because that one just whoops your ass if you're not very good at video games.
and she made it all the way to Psycho Mantis in that room where he's like controlling Meryl and all that, and she couldn't figure it out, and she was like looking at me for help, and I'm just like. This is like one of the greatest video game moments of all time. Like, I can't tell you. Like, you just gotta figure it out.
Oh, use your codec.
Yeah, you got a codec for a reason.
Yep.
Start dialing numbers,
But
frequencies.
yeah, unfortunately, it pissed her off too bad, so she stopped playing, which made
Oh,
me very sad.
dude,
Made me very
because
sad.
it gets hella good after that
Yeah.
too.
Hella good, man. The Sniper Wolf battle right afterwards, going through all the cave systems and shit. Fuck.
It's been a long time since I played the PlayStation 1.
Really?
Because ever since I got
Dude,
Twin
I haven't
Snakes,
played
I
it for
don't think
years
I've ever
and
played the PlayStation 1 since
Really?
then.
I played all the time. All the time, dude.
Would you ever play Twin Snakes?
Oh yeah, I've played it a few
Okay.
times. I love that they kept everything core to what Metal Gear was, or Metal Gear Solid was, but then they added in all the crazy cutscenes, and all that stuff. Like, but one of the most memorable moments in Twin Snakes is when he's fighting the Hind D on top of the tower.
Oh yeah, and he jumps off the missile.
Oh my god, dude! I was blown away. I was like, that's so cool. But
The only thing that sucks about the Twin Snakes is a couple voices that are changed, and that's about the
they changed Mei Ling, right?
yeah, Mei Ling's changed, and that's probably the worst of them all.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know what it is. There's something like that sort of took me out when she didn't have her accent. I was
Yeah.
like, the
Yeah.
fuck.
And
Good thing there's a skip on these now.
Oh, that's what tripped me out too. From 1 to 2 and then 2 to 4 is that Naomi's voice changes. They brought in a different actress from
Yeah.
Metal Gear Solid 4.
It's always kind of like, I mean, I know that has to happen at some point, but it's always
Yeah.
kind of weird.
Even now,
It's like, did you ever play the Star Fox 64 remake for 3DS?
Huh.
It's fucking awesome because it's Star Fox 64, but the graphics are fucking sweet.
Really?
But all the voices are all different. That's the only thing, and that's such a big thing in Star Fox. Some of them are fine. Like Fox is totally fine, and a couple other characters are fine, and even Slippy's not too bad. But it's Peppy. The guy is just not the same. It's just there's something there. Like do a barrel roll. It's just not the. I don't know.
Yeah.
I mean, it's close, but no cigar.
Personally,
Who's the guy from 24?
Kiefer Sutherland. I think.
I didn't like Keith. Did you like Keith Sutherland?
Dude, it's not that bad. It isn't that bad.
To me, it's
I mean,
ones.
dude,
I don't know.
it's-
I made a
listen,
fucking
it's not- it's
podcast
not
that
the
was all
same.
dedicated to not
It isn't
Kiefer
the
Sutherland.
same. It isn't. But would it be?
It was
fair?
Bring Back David Hayter.
Is it fair to compare Kiefer Sutherland to David Hayter? It's not. It's really not,
No.
dude. Because Kiefer Sutherland himself, since I'm sure he's a Metal Gear fan, dude, knows that he probably doesn't compare.
Oh, yeah.
Well, this is what bothered me. Because at first when I heard that, I was just like, oh, well, David Hayter, he probably just said, you know, I had a good run. I'm calling it a day. That's fine. And then Kiefer Sutherland said, I'm like, well, you know, at some point the podium's always got to change. You know what I mean? It's kind of like you don't have the same president forever.
007.
But then when I realized that it was, oh, Konami just didn't call David Hayter back, I was like, the fuck?
The fuck?
The fuck? And I got on a fucking rant. I went on Twitter and I was like this, and I realized there was about 4 other people that were in my same boat. I was like, bring back David Hayter. I don't give a fuck.
I could not take Metal Gear Solid 5 Ground Zeroes exactly seriously because of that.
Well, his voice,
change.
it's like, and I love Kiefer Sutherland, don't get me wrong.
Yeah.
He's one of my favorite actors. I love Young Guns. There's a lot of things I love of
Oh,
his.
yeah, dude. Fuck. He's great, dude.
But he's just not Snake. That's the thing. When I was playing that game, it's just like he would talk, and it's just like,
you know, and like honestly,
and then I didn't like how they did the face mapping of him too, so they made Snake look a little bit different.
Yeah.
Because here's the thing: video games are not movies. They are not movies.
Yep.
Snake should always look the same.
Yep.
You know what I mean? No matter, even if the actors change.
other than David Hayter, I didn't know, you know, who else they would like put at the Snake role. I mean, Kiefer Sutherland threw me for a loop that they chose him.
Yeah.
But now that I think about it, he's probably the next best logical choice,
Yeah, what
dude.
would they
Like
do?
voice
Actually, you know who would have been the best though? Kurt Russell.
Oh,
That's why I thought, if you're
yes,
gonna pick a
dude,
movie actor,
yes.
why don't you pick Solid Snake? Snake
Yes,
Plissken. You know what I mean? Come on, the original.
Kurt Russell would have been great.
Yeah, I just.
They may have asked him,
I
who
couldn't
knows?
take it serious, man. It was rough for me to play that game. And granted, it is set in the 1980s. It is Big Boss, you know, like, so he is gonna have like a different voice.
But David Hayter played Metal Gear Solid 3.
Exactly.
Well, because too, I was playing Peace Walker right before that came out because I was like, I never played that one, so I got to make sure I get up and get caught up with that. So I was playing that one right beforehand, so I really saw the fucking changes. Then I'd even go back and play a little bit more Peace Walker and be like, oh my god, this voice is so much better.
But the core gameplay of Metal Gear Solid 5 Ground Zeroes, so many people complained about. It's so short, you know, like, you know, you only got like an hour of gameplay, blah blah blah. But
there was like a bitch review in Game Informer, and I was just like, it's a demo.
Right. I know, dude. They didn't charge you $60 for it, for Christ's sake. So quit your bitching.
It only costs $20 if you download it. I paid $30 because I wanted the physical copy.
Yeah,
but
me
like,
too.
but like, it's one of those ones like, you gonna bitch about a $20 game? Like, what other game can you get for $20?
I mean,
It's brand
like,
new.
they're showing off the engine. They're showing off the new gameplay mechanics. They're training their players for Metal Gear Solid 5 when that comes out to Phantom Pain.
You know, and if I knew I wasn't gonna get 20 hours worth of gameplay out of it.
Absolutely.
I knew I wasn't gonna get 30, and if I was lucky, if I was gonna get 10. Really, I didn't expect that. I thought if I get 5, I'll be happy. That's all I cared about.
Yep.
You know,
And the replayability of it, that they have extra missions, you know, that you
yeah,
go back
there's
to
like
the
what
same
6
area,
extra
so
missions,
what?
but like the cool thing though is because it's kind of like, okay, one's raining, one's daytime, one's just nighttime, but no rain. You know.
I treated it like a tech demo, and or like we were talking about before. I treated it like VR missions with Metal Gear Solid. The original.
Yeah.
It's a training. It's a simulator. You know, like
Yeah,
it's
that's what it is. You know.
But
And it's cool because, like, I mean, they could have just gave you a demo that played a little bit of Phantom Pain, and it was just a section. But I think it's cool. Just make it just a tiny little mission, little sub story.
Yep.
Nothing too fancy, but it does make a difference in the Metal Gear Solid universe.
I thought it was great. I love the open world aspect. I think that Metal Gear needed some kind of change, and I think that this is a step in the right direction. With the open world.
You know, an open world's always an interesting thing to me because when I was younger, like when Grand Theft Auto 3 came out, it was almost like make every fucking game open world. This is the coolest thing in the entire world. And as I get kind of older, it's like I actually like games that are more linear. I like kind of like it's a little bit more straightforward. Sometimes open world kind of I'm iffy about.
It's too much.
Because open world mostly means like fill it with a bunch of copious shit that makes the game a little bit longer.
Silent Hill Downpour was kind of like that, dude. Like, it was kind of like, you know, yes, it was linear, dude, and like, yeah, you know, you had your... But, dude, you had, like, a lot you could explore, dude, and a lot of getting lost, a lot of backtracking, and a lot of, like, oh, where was this? Which area was this in? Because it was, like, a lot of area switches. Yeah. But once you got into, like, an area, you know, you had a ton of the city to explore. And, you know, you had fire escapes to climb, dude, and it was just like, fuck. Silent Hill shouldn't be like this.
I know, because like Silent Hill 1, if you think about it, that game's kind of open world. Because it
But
doesn't really tell
it
you what it
was,
is.
yeah.
But it's still, but it's linear enough that keeps you from it not being too big.
Dude, I just found myself confused in the areas and where things were in areas a lot, as opposed to like Silent Hill 1. Because you spent most of your time in downpour outside. I felt like so. But I mean, I know you did Silent Hill 1 too, but
Yeah,
I don't know.
I'm kind of so on the whole open world.
But on Phantom Pain, though, when I looked at the footage and I was all like, it looks like fucking Red Dead Redemption with Solid Snake.
Yep.
You know, I'm like, I think that will totally work.
Oh yeah, it's like I said, it just depends on the game. Like Red Dead Redemption, great fucking game, dude. Grand Theft Autos are great fucking open world games,
But some games don't need to be open world. That's
yeah,
the
you
thing.
know, I mean,
some
I
are
even
just-
consider Dark Souls in a sense almost open world,
Yeah.
just because like you can.
Well, you never know which way to go.
Yeah, exactly. You can go to a spot you're not supposed to go to for like, dude,
Another
hours
40
and
levels.
hours and hours and hours into the game. I know, dude. Like I tried to travel to Blight Town, dude, in the very beginning, dude.
Yep.
I
Nobody
did
told me
that
I
for like
should've gone that
6
direction.
hours, dude,
Yep.
trying to get through Blight Town. I'm like, holy shit. I was like,
Nah,
there's
it-
no way it's gonna be this hard. Then I was like, oh, sure enough, there's another fucking trail going up the other
Yep.
side of the mountain.
Yep,
As soon as
you
I turn
just
around, I'm like,
didn't see.
God damn it.
See, and that's a lot of open world games, such as like we were talking about earlier, Skyrim, Fallout, and stuff. It's almost overwhelming jumping into something like that because you have so many directions you can go. You got so many missions that you can do. It's just like, what do I pick first? You know, like where do I go? And like a lot of times for me, and it dips back into that Mass Effect thing, is that I felt so overwhelmed by so many different choices, so many different paths I could take that I would just turn the game off and
you
stop
say it's for
playing
Mass
it.
Effect?
Yeah.
See, Mass Effect to me felt pretty linear because all like the sub or the side.
Oh, when you get into a mission, yes.
Oh, okay. Because I would say
because
because like
mission.
because that game like was ones like the first one to me felt like it had a little bit more side missions, and the side missions were kind of cool because you got like bonus perks and things like that, but they weren't totally necessary. Like if you didn't do them, it wasn't gonna be that big of a deal. You know, and the second, third one kind of felt like, oh, there wasn't really side missions at all. I mean, I guess you could sort of call, like, because in the second one where everybody's like, yo, Shepard, I need some help in my homeworld. If you got the time, if not, I'll be sitting in my corner.
Nice.
And like, that's all like everybody was. Be like, yo, Shepard, come help me. And it's like, yeah, I got it. Fuck it, we'll get to it.
Yeah.
Remember the first time I played Mass Effect 2, I was like,
Yeah.
I put those all on the fucking back burner. And then once I realized it was like, oh, fuck, the game's almost over. Well, I'll go do all those missions. And then you realize that all your people that are fucking, like, all your crew members on the main planet are all dead by the time you get there because you took too fucking long. I was
Yeah.
like, oh!
See, and that's the thing.
What the fuck happened
That's
there?
the thing with Mass Effect that gets to me, and that's why I have such a hard time playing that game. As much as I love it, it's like there's so many different choices that you can make that, oh shit, if I go help this person right now, what's going to happen with this, say, universe over here, you know? Or if I go help this person over here, what the hell's going to happen to that original person, you know? And you just have all these different choices, and it's like, there's just infinite possibilities in that game, I feel. Especially with the transferring of characters game per game per game. You know?
Yeah, I thought that was always really cool.
Because I did my run through from 1 to 2, 2 to 3, and I felt that I missed so much shit in between because I read somebody else's review about the game, or I read somebody else's playthrough or whatever, or watch the playthrough, and it's just like, I didn't even realize I was there. You know, like I didn't see that. I didn't make that one choice that changed that direction of, you know, storyline.
Well, one that I thought was kind of like I can't figure out why they released Mass Effect on PS3 and especially on Wii U, and just like on PS3 they give you 2 and 3, and on Wii U they just give you 3, and I'm like, well, what the fuck's the
Wii
point
U
of having the
had 3?
game? Yeah, they had the third one came out for
Really?
Wii U, and it's like, what's the point of having the game if you can't play from the very beginning? Like that, it's not like the games. You know, there's some games you can put the third one out there and it doesn't make a goddamn difference. Like you could put like BioShock out there, Infinity. It doesn't make a goddamn difference.
Yeah.
There's other games like that. But Mass Effect is like, that is like the pinnacle game that it makes the fucking difference from playing the first one.
Yeah. Yeah.
And then they try to do that thing like, oh, there's like a comic book thing you can make the decisions on. And you're like, yeah.
Yeah.
And to me, I always tell people, I'm like, don't even bother playing Mass Effect 2 and 3 if you don't play the first one.
So when you finished 3, what was your? I want to hear what your ending was.
Oh, that's a good question, because I haven't played... Mass Effect 3 is the only one I played. I only played that one. Actually, 2 and 3 I only played once. And I haven't played Mass Effect 3 since it came out.
Well, spoiler alert, but...
I couldn't tell you what the hell was the ending of mine. It's been...
The ending of mine...
4 years,
There
3 years,
was like 3 or 4 different endings. It was... destroy the Reapers, join the Reapers, or
I just tell you this, I definitely did not join the Reapers.
Synthesize with the Reapers to where you basically make the entire universe like organic and not biotic. Pretty much.
You make it like everybody coexists.
Yeah, pretty much. I chose to.
I think I might have chose that
Reapers.
one or destroy. I know I didn't join the Reapers,
and
even though you kind of realized that there's that one dude who's cool.
I felt like shit at the end of the game because I destroyed the Reapers. All the Reapers died, but in turn it shut down all the Mass Effect relays. So there's no more space travel at all. So I basically destroyed all of civilization in its entirety, and then. You see the Normandy flying through slip space, and then all of a sudden it just comes crashing down on this like jungle planet somewhere, and then the ending cutscene is it like the camera panning into the side of Normandy where the door's at, and it goes and just opens, and then just like it's black, and then
I want to say I had that in there too though.
What the fuck just happened?
And I just went like, I beat the game, whatever, fuck it, I don't care.
That's how I felt about that game too.
I know people like were like, whoa, it just didn't answer my questions. I'm like, yeah, the game's over.
Yeah.
Sometimes it's one of those ones like, get me wrong, I love the story and all, but it's one of those ones like, you know.
I felt like they rushed Mass Effect 3.
Yeah, well, it's kind of problem for a lot of games nowadays. They just kind of, they want to release them almost like every year or close to like every 2 years. Back in the old days, it's like it seemed like games would take, you know, they'd be working on it for 4 to plus years. Some games, like you take like Shenmue, I think that guy worked on it for 7+ years or something like that, you know? The Yu Suzuki guy.
See, and that's what trips me out about, that's why I really enjoy indie developer games, is that, like, the guy on Fez, you know, he spent so long
Or like the Retro City Rampage guy.
Yeah, you know,
because I talk to that guy every once in a while. And, because I was like, dude, this game's fucking awesome. And I watched that guy's progress. I mean, it took 6 fucking years or something like that. You know, did you ever play Retro City Rampage?
Oh, yeah.
I liked it a lot. I was
hard, dude. That game is hard.
And I liked it because it kind of reminded me of like, not only is it like kind of like old school Grand Theft Auto, but like even like, you know, 16-bit, you could probably say. I mean, it looks like 8, but it's more 16. But I like how it adds a bunch of other elements into it, and then it's also got a bunch of like pop culture kind of references, which...
Oh, you know what I'm thinking of? I did play Retro City Rampage, but I was thinking of Hotline Miami. Did you play that one?
No, I didn't.
Oh, okay, it's the same basic thing, but oh man, Hotline Miami is fucking hard.
See, I see all those games come out, and I almost feel like I'm slightly overwhelmed by a lot of the indie developers. Yeah. Because there's just so many of them. Yeah. So many of them. And it's almost one of those ones... Once almost there's like too much stuff, you start doing that thing like, I'm going to go back to what I know. Nintendo! Yeah. You know, like... You always release something that like I can kind of recognize and know what's going on, you know?
Think of, speaking of indie developers, and this is in retrospect to RJ, I threw him into Minecraft.
Yeah, he told me about that.
Yeah. And as far along as Minecraft is now, because like I got that game on PC like 5 years ago, I think now, or like basically when it was still in alpha. It was like 0.002 is like when I got it. And initially that game started out like you get dropped into a random world, you just like, you can kind of mine stuff, you can kind of build like a couple things, and that was it. Like,
you can kind of mine, you can kind of build.
And like, now it's just, I mean, you can craft, you can like enchant things, you got like, there's actually an ending to the game now where you get to the netherworld.
It's
like,
badass, I mean.
Sadly enough, that game turns me off from the people that I see that like it lots of times though. Like, I look at some of the people that really like it, and I go, fuck that, I'm not being that.
Dude, the thing is, everyone likes it if you played it, basically, dude. Like, if you actually sit down and play it.
I guess I sort of get kind of judgmental, like, when I see some kind of gamings out there, like, and I look at some of the target audience, and I just see these, like, really weird fucking, like, 10-year-old kids, and I'm like, fuck no, am I being, like, that 25-year-old version of that 10-year-old boy?
All me and Cameron did the whole time I pretty much played, dude, is we made stairs, trying to get deeper and deeper into the ground.
See, and that just sounds
basically all we
did. That sounds so fucking weird to me. It's like, I'm like, I don't want to do that in real life.
Yeah. Yeah, it takes forever, man.
But like eventually, like Cameron was saying when we were playing, dude, we hit a cave system, dude. Then it like opened up. Then we didn't have to really dig down anymore. But I mean, you know, you're looking for like minerals and shit like that, so you can craft other shit too.
Yeah.
But
there's really no point to Minecraft. Basically, the way you have to look at Minecraft is it's Legos for big kids. That's basically.
And I don't know, to me, I don't know if this just being like an older gamer I always think about, but like. Some of this like kind of modern concept of like you know, you just kind of play, you have fun, like that Little Big Planet thing. Like I just don't get it. Like to me, it just doesn't make sense to me. I look at it and go, no, give me a real game. Give me something I can accomplish.
Well, you know, with Minecraft, it's all about, you know, what you can build.
Yeah, and I mean, like I guess
like people.
And I'm not.
Like,
I guess.
Lord of the Rings cities and stuff like that, you know, like.
I guess to me, when I look at that kind of stuff, I go like, I like games and all, but like, I go, where the fuck do you get all that free time, and what kind of money are you gonna make off that? That's how I always kind of feel. It's just one of those ones.
I actually just saw it on Reddit the other day. Somebody posted up. Someone made a 1-to-1 scale of the country of Denmark in Minecraft. 1-to-1, dude. That's massive.
That's ridiculous.
I know,
That is
like
huge.
What was that you posted up in the forum the other day? What was
The Minas Tirith. Oh no! Somebody remade Titanfall in Minecraft.
See, and I think about that, and I just go, where does that get you though? Like, I guess that's the one of those. I always feel like whenever I do something, I feel like it has to go towards something else. It's a building block of life.
I mean, the Minas Tirith one is fucking sweet, dude.
You know,
God.
And having a bit of fun is one thing, but sometimes I do look at that and I go, what is that gonna get you? Is that gonna get you something in life? Is it? I mean, I guess if that's your hobby thing, that's cool, but I don't know.
Absolutely nothing.
I am one of those kind of people, like, I kind of like a game to have a conclusion. Yeah. I do actually enjoy shorter games nowadays. Like, I like my games to range anywhere between about 10 hours, give or take. That's my favorite length of a game. You know, I do get kind of iffy when a game's over 20 hours. I kind of go, I'll get to it.
That's the newer RPGs for me, man. Like I said, I just started a new Skyrim character, and, like, I know what I'm getting into. I'm like,
and I see it. And I'll say this, and I'm not even... The American style RPGs, I still have kind of a hard time with those, too. I'm like... I don't know. It looks like a lot of commitment, you know. Like I'll play a Japanese style one, but and even those too, they're it's so iffy nowadays. I can't find a good RPG to tell you.
Right. Like
a straight up RPG, not like a sort of a game that has RPG elements.
Yeah. Yeah.
And I asked a bunch of people on Twitter. I was like, literally, is there a game that's equivalent to like Final Fantasy 7 and 8, like that caliber of a game, but modern? I've been looking for 15 years. I've never found them. No game comes close. Nothing. RPGs, like, they just have not cut it. Now, I'm not talking about, like, other ones. You know, Zelda's different. Yeah. That one's always been fine. But I'm talking about just, like, that standard, like, I want to stand still. I want to press attack.
Turn-based.
I do not want to fucking use magic because I hate magic. It sounds so weird, but, like, that's what I love about 7 and 8, because you can make your characters, like, if they don't want to use magic, they don't have to use magic. Fuck magic. You know what you can do with magic? Put magic on your attack stats. There we go.
I know, dude. I wanna make the decision on if I want to use an item or attack, or if I want to heal my party or attack or summon something.
Well, it sounds so primal, but it's just like I just like attacking. I just want my characters. I want all three of them to be warriors. I want them all to have like the highest attack and defense stat.
I mean, look, dude. I rolled with Cloud, Sid, and Vincent, dude.
You know, did you ever play Lost Odyssey?
A little bit.
Yeah. That was one of those games because it was made by the guy who made Final Fantasy 1 through 9, so I had high hopes. And it looked cool, and the concept, people like had great reviews about it. And I played it, and I got about to like this too. And the only downfall is that game had a thing. It's like I don't like that where the classes are. This guy's a warrior. This guy's a mage. This one's a white mage. This one's a thief. So you're telling me one guy does damage, and the rest of them I have to click, 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 black magic. Click, 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 white magic, and it's like, fuck that. And it's like, I want all three of them to be able to attack. I don't care if this person does magic. They better do just as much damage as my main character.
Good old days of being able to choose whatever party you wanted
to
roll with.
At least I like, you can take a game like Final Fantasy 5, and you can do that. And even Final Fantasy 6, even though they all have their own, like, unique moves, everybody can do the same amount of damage, pretty much.
Yeah.
And Final Fantasy 10-2 was good about that, too, because... The three chicks, you just made whatever you want. You know what I mean? If you want them all to shoot guns, they can all shoot guns. If you want them all to attack, they can. You know what I mean?
Yep. See, Final Fantasy and me did not ever get along.
You were into Final Fantasy? See, I was this humongous Final Fantasy person.
9 and before.
But yeah, literally. And it's strange enough, it sounds weird, but like I didn't really care for 10. But 10-2 was for like a greatest hits of like the first ones. It took like the best elements of all those games.
See, I didn't play much of 10-2, but 10, dude, seriously. The minute 10 came out, I was like, dude, what the fuck is this?
They took away the level up system.
Because I didn't play any of them until 10, and that was the game that I put the most amount of time of.
See, that's the thing, dude.
That was a breaking point though in life.
I know, exactly. Like, if you were an older Final Fantasy fan, 10 and on really didn't agree with you all that much. Like, some people did, like my brother. He was, he's been playing 8 and 7 and shit like that, but...
And he
progressed. He loved 10. Yeah. See, me, I couldn't get past it, dude. I just couldn't.
It's
and
the
character.
I went all the way through 10, and I will say it's not god awful, but it's just not up to par.
Played.
Yeah.
But dude, to have the name Final Fantasy, I expected it to be a lot better.
Yeah.
And then the sad thing too is like that was really the point where like when 10 came out, and it made total sense later on once you realize, oh, the original guy who created Final Fantasy wasn't on it. Makes fucking perfect sense.
Yeah, no shit. It's like no one.
And that's almost like what separates. I feel like there's modern day Final Fantasy fans, 10 and up, and then there's classic Final Fantasy fans, 9 and back.
Yeah, I never really got into it. What,
Like-
maybe you can tell me in the point of 10 where I got to, because I got to the point
Once
where
again,
it
I'm gonna
was-
say this. It's been a long fucking time since I played that. My memory doesn't serve me
Dude, I
nearly
haven't
as
played
well.
through the whole fucking thing. I refused.
I got to the point where you start playing as the chick and you're in the sewers and it's just a giant maze and I got lost. And, like,
See, that reminds me. I just think of like 8 when you say sewers.
I don't know.
With a main character like Titus, dude, I was like, nope, I'm good.
And then you get people at school that fucking call him Titus.
I know.
Just
Because of
to
Kingdom
drive-
Hearts, dude. Because of Kingdom Hearts. I think that was the first thing, dude, that call him Titus.
Titus, and I was like, Titus?
Wow.
Why would you
just
call
made
anybody-
a gay character even gayer.
I don't know. It's just one of those ones. It's
What's
strange
the
enough.
ball that they play though? What's the awkward
the
fucking...
I couldn't figure that game out either, too. I remember playing that a couple
I thought it was
times.
hella cool. It looked cool.
Well, yeah, I'll say it looked cool, but I was like, fucking soccer and water.
Yeah.
Blitzball.
Blitzball, yeah.
Blitzball.
The name sounds cooler than it really is.
I know, dude. That was the most confusing goddamn shit, dude. I tried that shit a few times. And I kind of started learning it, but dude, I was like, no, fuck this.
Yeah.
This game isn't good enough for me to want to learn something else inside the game.
And you know what I think was this is another thing. This was a big ruiner for RPGs. Voiceovers. That to me was almost like one of those ones too. Is like, no, I don't want them to talk. One of the glorious things about an RPG is the reading part. I almost feel like an old man being like, kids aren't reading anymore. They need the
The
reading.
thing is nowadays, dude, regardless, dude, I don't know if I turn on subtitles no matter what, dude, whether they're talking in video games or not, dude, I'm reading subtitles. I do it on Max Payne 3. I've been doing it on any game I play.
I
dude,
don't
got
mind it
subtitles
necessarily on action games and stuff. Like, that's fine if they talk in those. But something about an RPG. I think it's like also too, like, you know, when you play Final Fantasy 7 and 8, you almost sort of develop these characters in your mind, like you're reading a book. You know, you picture what they sound like, who they, you know, are, and what have you, and how they say things. You know, that's why when I really get down to it, the only good RPG I've ever played in recent years, though, is still Pokemon. Pokemon's the only one.
absolutely.
Yeah, it's the only one.
Because you know why? Because Pokemon doesn't.
Kind of kept its same recipe.
Yeah,
the whole
they don't
time.
like to radically change it too much. They pretty much approve every single time, but you know you still read. It's still turn based.
Yeah.
You know,
Yeah.
at the end of the day, if you want your character to be fucking like full of attacks, he can.
You still choose your own party.
Mm-hmm. You know, yeah. It's just I don't know. I've been looking though. I literally ask people all the time. I'm like, what is an RPG nowadays that's up to that caliber of 7 and 8 that's that good? And they haven't made one. And I played a lot of them on Xbox 360. They look good, but they just, you know,
Well-
I would get about 6 hours into them and be like, I think I've seen the whole game.
Well, I feel, and I know there's going to be a lot of haters out here for saying this, but I feel that Call of Duty in specifically destroyed a lot of gaming because everybody, hold on, because everybody wants that fast action, fast pace, and my main thing is like I fucking love Halo. Okay, I loved Halo to the point to where it was all about strategy. It was all about 4-man teams. It was all about learning callouts. It was learning maps, learning grenade placements, and just everything about that game was so strategic. And when they made fucking Halo 4 and they switched everything over to classes now to where you like get to select your loadouts and everything.
See, I never played Halo 4
Bullshit.
online.
See, that's
bullshit, dude.
That's one thing, dude. It's like Call of Duty, like was like the first online game I ever played. You know, that had where you could have custom weapon classes, dude, and shit like that.
And it's great.
Dude, then every other online game, dude, just hopped on that train, dude.
It's great, dude. I love Call of Duty.
I mean, it's good for Call of Duty. Exactly.
But
yeah,
you
now
take my
every game is a
favorite
Call of Duty.
goddamn game, and you make it Call of Duty, and it's the same exact thing I felt with fucking Mass Effect. Mass Effect 2 was kind of like, like a little bit RPG.
Well, the
a little
thing
bit
about it's
third-person
like
shooter.
Mass Effect 2, it's like they try to be Gears of War, and it's like, don't get me wrong, Gears of War now, like I'm not the biggest first-person shooter fan, and the Gears of War people are like, oh, it's third person. Like, yeah, but it plays just like a first person.
Yeah,
you just happen to see your character. Gears of War was the game that I just fell in love with. You know, it's like don't get me wrong, I've played just about every Call of Duty. I like them. They don't capture me nearly as much as like Gears of War did. Like Call of Duty was one of those ones I remember playing them online, and I played for like 4 days, and then I'd be like, I'm done. I don't know. I felt like I had it all.
Shit, dude, the last Call of
But Gears of War, I would sit and play it for. When I had internet though, I'd play it for months. I'd play it for 3-4 hours a day. Like something about Gears of War. That was my calling. Was the Gears.
Black Ops 2 had like 10.5 days of login time by the time the next Call of Duty came out of like gameplay time, dude. That's what, pushing at least 240 hours.
That's a lot, yeah.
Dude, I can't get over Call of Duty.
Nah, you should look at my Halo.
And it's funny. It's like
go into my Bungie.net thing for Halo. I think I have Halo 3 in particular. That was the one that I was like really, really into. That's where I was like pushing to become an MLG player in that game. But I think I have like 5,700 matches I think online. And like you turn that into like real time, and that's like months worth of like straight hours, you know?
Exactly.
Well, that's when you know you got a good game that you really get your money's worth out of.
Oh yeah.
Halo's was pretty darn good though.
Yeah. But like I said, dude, as soon as Halo 4 came out, I was so pissed that...
See, I liked Halo 4, but I only played the story mode of it, and
the story of Halo 4
and I really liked Halo 4, because I thought that was kind of a comeback, because,
yeah.
you know, 3 was really good, and then you had Reach, which was good, nothing special, was good, and then you also had ODST, was good, nothing special, and then 4 was kind of like the good comeback.
Well, I felt that, at least in Halo 4, it was a great... connection between Chief and Cortana. You know, like, I don't know. I thought it was really
I personally, when I played number 4, I was like, this is the best one since the first one.
Oh, absolutely.
See, I never got too into it, dude. Like, after Halo 3, I lost, dude. I got lost on Halo. I didn't play ODST, dude. I didn't play 4, dude. Like, Halo 1 and 2 really is where I thought Halo 2 was the pinnacle of Halo, dude. 2, for sure, dude.
Straight enough, though, like, I've always been like, I think Halo 2 is better multiplayer one, but Halo 1... I thought was the better one story-wise.
Yeah, dude. Well,
I didn't like playing as the alien. I hated playing as the
alien.
alien.
The reason why, dude, I just thought, you know, Halo 2 was the pinnacle is because, dude, lunch times at Somerville High, dude.
It was either Halo or Smash Brothers.
Halo 2 tournaments, dude. It was sweet.
Yeah, this looks like a good place to leave off at. So be sure to go to oldmanorange.com for all kinds of extra stuff. Click on the Amazon link, buy some stuff from there. Won't cost you anything, but throws a little bit back here. Until then, I'm Spencer Scott Holmes.
I'm RJ.
And I'm Cameron.
And we will see you some other time.